The Korg Volca FM2 is one of my favorite little synthesizers. And yes, it is little, but there's a lot going on under the hood. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 Korg Volca FM2 features that can turn simple chords into intricate patterns. For those of you who are fans of IDM or intelligent dance music, this one is for you, or even if you're just a Korg Volca FM2 enthusiast. Now, this video isn't necessarily a tutorial on FM synthesis. That's like a whole other video in and of itself, but I will walk you through each of these features step by step so that you can get some really cool sounding music. That being said, let's start with the core of FM synthesis, one of the parts that determines whether your sound feels alive or static. Before we do anything, let's record a chord progression. I'll bring the tempo down a bit just to make this easier on myself. We can adjust that later if we need to. A pretty dark and melancholy chord progression, but whatever, let's just roll with it. Let's bring up that tempo a bit now to around like 115 or so. So the very first feature I want to show you is the operator. It's actually 2 pieces of one feature. We've got the modulator on the left and the carrier on the right. FM synthesis pretty much always has 2 operators. The carrier acts as the audible sound source. Think about it as kind of like the envelope generator, whereas the modulator changes its harmonic content by frequency modulation, which is the FM in FM synthesis. Let me show you what I mean. First, let's speed this up to just 1 measure, and let's bring the attack and the decay all the way down just to start. Now we hear just a clicking. Let's increase the decay. Makes the note a little longer. Now let's increase the attack. Now let's play with the modulator. You'll see how the attack and decay shape how the harmonics evolve over time. It's really the interplay between the modulator and the carrier that give you the sound that you want. Now that our chords have some life, let's make them move. The arpeggiator is where things really start to get interesting. I just hold function, arpeggiator on and off on pad 5. The arpeggiator just turns your chords into rhythmic sequences. Nothing too complex there. Adjusting the type knob gives us different types of arpeggiations. We've got rise 1, rise 2, and rise 3. The rise plays notes from bottom to top, with each mode allowing for varying octave ranges. And then we've got fall 1, 2, and 3 just plays notes from top to bottom, again, each mode with varying octave ranges. And in my opinion, the most interesting mode is the random mode, also random modes 1, 2, and 3, each one introducing varying randomness with varying octave ranges. And that's around where we're going to stay for the rest of the video. But a quick demo of each of these. Let's play our sequence with rise 1. Pretty much just plays all of the exact notes in the chords. And before we move on, I can also adjust the timing with the div knob here. Right now it's 1-to-1. Let's go down to 3-to-2. We can do 1-to-4. So fast you can barely even hear it arpeggiating. We can go 2 3 1, and 4 1. Let's go back to 1 1 and check out Rise 2. As you can hear, a little bit more of an octave range. Let's go to Rise 3. Let's check out Fall 1. Fall 2. Fall 3. Random 1. Random 2. Now things are starting to sound really cool. Let's check out Random 3. The sound is moving and grooving, but still feels a little flat. Let's go to our third feature and bring in some space and dimension. The Korg FM2 actually has some pretty decent built-in effects. I'm talking about the chorus and the reverb. The chorus thickens the sound for more width and fullness, and reverb adds some nice depth and space. To turn these on, we just hold Function and then hit pad 3 for chorus. And to adjust the chorus depth, we just hold Function and move the type knob around. Now let's add a little reverb. I'll hold Function and hit pad 4 for reverb. And to adjust the reverb depth, I just hold Function and adjust the div knob. Both chorus and reverb, as well as the other parameters we've looked at so far, can actually be motion sequenced for constantly shifting textures, which brings us to our next feature, motion sequencing. So I'll go to Function, turn motion sequencing on, and let's start with something simple. How about just the velocity? Here's my chord progression with the velocity all the way down. Let's hold Function, motion sequence on and off. I'll hit record, and as the progression plays, I'll increase the velocity. As it plays, you can hear where the FM has recorded increase and decrease in velocity. Let's motion sequencing a few of the other parameters here. How about the modulator and carrier? Let's take the carrier attack and decay way down a little bit. Hit record again. Hit record again. This is starting to sound pretty chaotic, but in a good way. But now I'm going to show you how to make it sound even more chaotic. I'm going to take the reverb depth down just a little bit to start. We can actually automate the algorithm. The algorithm controls the operator structure and has a huge tonal impact. Check this out. I'll hit record and play. Now it sounds like pure chaos, but again, in my opinion, it's pure chaos in a good way. The last piece of the motion sequencer I'm going to show you is the smooth feature. Right now, it sequences step by step. So literally, the motion sequence is changing only on individual steps, which makes it sound a little glitchy. Again, that can sound great if that's what you want. But if you want something that evolves a little more gradually and smoothly, hence the smooth function, that's what we need. So let's play that back one more time without the smooth on. And let's turn smooth on and hear that back. So now the sequence really sounds alive, if not chaotic, but we can push the rhythm even further. Let's mess with time itself. For this part, I brought on my trusty Korg Volca drum, which I've got synced up to the Volca FM. It's just playing a basic 4 on the floor beat. Also, I didn't really love the motion sequencing that I had recorded earlier, so I took some time off camera to record a different one. Here's how that sounds. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get to active step. Active step just lets you skip steps in your sequence without deleting them. Perfect for syncopated beats. Let me show you what I mean. I'll hold function, active step. All the active steps are lit up. Let's deactivate all of them except step 16. As you just heard, it only plays step 16. Let's activate steps 1, 5, 9, and I don't know, 11? Let's hear how that sounds with the Volca drum. I'll just do my handy trick of plugging a disconnected cable into the sync-in jack of the FM, pressing play on both of these devices, and pulling it out to get them to play at the same time. Let's activate a few more and deactivate some others just to hear how that sounds. I'll deactivate step 1. Why don't we activate step 3, activate step 8, deactivate step 16? I don't know how that's going to sound. Let's check it out together. Now, what if we want to stretch short sequences over a full loop length, keeping timing consistent but rhythmically interesting? Well, that's where warp active step comes in. Just hold function, hit warp active step. I'm going to go back to activate step mode, and let's only activate steps 1, 5, and 8, and 9. So here it is with warp activate step off. Again, we'll use the Volca drum here. As you can hear, the FM is stretching the sequence out over a full loop length. One final thing I want to show here real quick is we can also change the preset to get some really interesting sounds. Ooh, that sounds pretty crazy. All right, now that everything's together, let's just mess around and get some kind of like final groove going. Why don't we go back to activate step? Let's turn warp activate step off. What if we just started with step like 1, 3, 7, and 10, just randomly? I don't know. Let's also mute everything except our kick drum for now. Let's activate a few more steps. Let's activate all our steps. Let's turn motion sequencing off for just a sec. Now let's turn motion sequencing back on. Alrighty, and that's how you turn the FM2 into a surprisingly expressive IDM machine. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment and let me know what feature you'd like to try. More Volca stuff is coming soon, but till then, I'll see you in the next one.